Hey, it's Jen here with Ascension Mountain and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be going over what it looks like to live a spiritual life. And it's going to be in a very practical way that you can start doing today. And this is not woo-woo. I am so tired of this language, and I really feel that this is the only true way to live a life. And it is actually essential that we live this way if we want to live a life that's in alignment with our true selves, if we want to feel fulfilled completely, and if we want to live a life of pure heart and pure purpose. And so, this is us returning back to our ancient ways, to the lost ways that have been covered by so much of the external world. And so that's why I've created Ascension Mountain, is to remember these principles, to remember the patterns, to remember the nature that's around us, and to really work with it and support us in daily life. And Ascension Mountain, I've created a spiritual community. So if you're interested in joining, I have a live weekly session. It's every week, and I do a channeled guided meditation and also a spirit message for wisdom of the week. And it's only $1 a month. And, this all goes back to recognizing the power of the one that is within us all. That one sustaining force that brings us all together, that one that's within us all. And when we can remember the power of the one that's within us all, we become a limitless being. And you can really have a true life of abundance and prosperity. And so spiritual way of living is the way of living. There is no other true way. We have to be connected to our hearts and to the spirit that's within us. And it has to be in conscious decision making in all the things that we do. And I think once you remember that every moment is a choice to live in alignment with your true self, or a choice to avoid it. And so now that you're here watching this, and you probably already do start to feel a little bit of energy or in some way curious of spirituality, you can start to make these conscious decisions from here on out. Once we own that we have a choice in every moment, our reality really starts to shift. And so I just hope that you recognize that power that's within you, and you start to turn to the inner world before you turn to the outer world, before you start to act in the outer world. We have to go within for the answers. We have to be in our stillness and allow the actions to be conscious ones. And this applies to all areas of life. The foods we're eating, the people we're spending time with, the activities we're engaging ourselves in. It's all of it. The work that we're doing for this world. Are we doing the internal work to recognize the gifts that's within us all? And then are we making use of the gift that's within us all and sharing it and spreading it with the world? Because isn't that the goal? Isn't that why we're here? Is to spread and share. Is to recognize our pure gifts and to illuminate the world by being our most true and authentic selves. So living spiritually, it's not about having a meditation practice in the morning and then living the rest of your day, wild and crazy and out of alignment. It's like, or whatever your spiritual practice is, whatever grounds you to your true self, it's journaling, it's breathing, it's whatever it is for you, spending time in nature. How can we take that peace that we find in that moment, where we find that meditative mind, where we find that voice of spirit, where we learn to listen to the heart in these moments of silence? how do we take that peace and clarity and bring it to the rest of the day? I think sometimes it's like we think we meditated in the morning and then we can just do whatever we want the rest of the day. Like, we have to look at our spiritual practice as a daily embodiment. It's the same way that we treat our bodies, right? If we're eating healthy, let's say we eat a healthy breakfast in the morning, we start the day off right, and then the rest of the day we just eat junk food, and then we expect to lose the weight, we expect to be in good shape, or say you do your exercise and then you aren't feeling your body properly. Whatever it is, we have to look at spiritual living the same way, where you always have to make that conscious choice to be in that alignment for the whole day in everything that you're doing. And spiritual living is just an embodiment practice of remembering the spirit that's within you and recognizing the relationship of spirit in all things. And this comes through a reflection practice as well. So we have to make the conscious choices, and we have to allow the conscious choices to be heard from the internal world before we act in the external world. But then it's like, do we leave time for reflection in our daily lives also, and the integration piece? Because if we don't allow things to settle and we just keep on go, go, go mode, then that's not really balanced either. And so, spirituality has many different layers to it, but I just want to break it down for you in a way that is a very practical way of living. It can be simple tools and practices that anchor you into your daily life. And for me, my spiritual practice is different every day because my energy is different every day, and I'm in different environments every day. And, for me, my practice this morning was to go out in nature and, do a plunge in the river and connect with the river, and then do a journaling session. And that was an amazing, incredible spiritual experience because I was truly connected to the presence of nature, the beauty of nature, the healing powers of nature. And then, in the journaling session, the nature, I work with the nature to clear my energy and to direct my energy. So then I can get clear in my journaling session and have really clear focal point of where I'm headed in life. And so your spirit practice can look different every day. And then, 2 days ago, my spirit practice was a tea ceremony we did. But my point is that you can really have fun with spirituality in your life. And you can just apply it in everything that you do, in every conversation you have. You can see the purpose of a conversation you had, the purpose of having someone in your life. You see the intentions to why you are doing and engaging in certain activities, like why you're eating certain foods. It's like, it really all just comes down to asking yourself the question too, like, why am I doing this? And if you don't know why you're doing something, maybe you reevaluate why you're doing that. And I always like to ask my heart, like, how does my heart feel when I'm doing this? And it's really, that's spiritual living, is learning the ways of the heart and then engaging in the heart in all that you do. And so just never leaving behind the heart. Like, you can change the direction of your life. If you're not happy, you have the power to ask the heart where it wants to go. And then you have the power to follow the heart. And you have the power to take that leap of faith and to go, go, go. And again, that's why I have Ascension Mountain Community. If you need that support system, community is so important. And I really value leaning on each other for that help, that momentum, and to anchor us into what's truly important. Because really, what is this world like? Really, what is it? And why are we here? I think it's important that we know why we're here. All of us. This is not random. Our life is not random. And living spiritually gives you a conscious support system in all ways of life. You always feel guided, supported, and loved in everything that you're doing. Because when you have that spirit connection, you're always going to be in alignment because you're living with your true and authentic nature. So yeah, I would love for you to join Ascension Mountain. And thank you for listening. I hope that this inspired you in some way, because spirituality doesn't have to be complicated. It can be practical, and you can incorporate it into anything that you're doing in life. And so may you find the spirit within you in all that you do, and continue to make your heart happy, because that is really what's most important. And you make your heart happy when you devote yourself to your heart and to the power of your heart. So thank you. I catch you next time in the next video or in meditation. If you do like meditations, I have guided meditations. Whatever I can do to support you in your spiritual journey and your path, I would love to be here for that. So let me know in the comments if there's anything I can do for you. Sending all my love.